What is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Seanjames. In today's video, we're going to be discussing something that's been on all of our minds. Where is the money? In today's video, we're going to be discussing the second round of stimulus, when you can expect it, how much you can expect. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is going to be economic growth. How are we going to mold and shape and get the economy back to how it should be? We're going to discuss different ways that you can actually invest this second round of stimulus. If you guys are like me or most people I know, you probably spent that first check within the first couple of weeks. So this time we're going to figure out how we can actually make that work for us and grow. I'm also going to discuss what the kids can expect, because I know school is coming back around. So we're going to talk about school and how that's going to affect everything. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is one job that's going to be in high demand. So stick around to the end of the video so you guys can learn what that one specific job is going to be that's in high demand. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel now. It's free. We're bringing you guys great content every single week. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers right now. Go ahead and drop a like if you find this video valuable, and if you want, go ahead and share it and comment and tell me how you guys plan on investing your second round of stimulus. All right, so with that being said, let's get into the video. First thing we're going to talk about the timeline. So the U.S. Senate has been on recess for the past 2 weeks. They're actually set to return tomorrow, which is July 17th. So their break was from the 4th through the 17th. Like I said, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is expected to present a draft stimulus within a week or 2 weeks from their break. So seeing as how Republicans control only 53 seats, this is going to be a bipartisan. They are going to have to come to an agreement with the Democrats as well as the president on the proposed stimulus. It's likely to include a wish list from both parties, from Democrats and Republicans. You're probably going to see each side have their own demands and own wishes, and then they're going to have to come to some type of agreement on that one. Second stimulus will include some form of a second payment. So we do know that there will be a second payment. As far as the amount goes, it could be $1,200. It could still be the same amount. There's also been talks of it being upwards of around $1,500 to around $2,000. So we're still waiting to hear on that. Like I said, once they get back from recess, probably about a week or two after that, we'll actually get a concrete number. And then as far as the bigger question is, for a lot of people who are actually on unemployment, the unemployment rate is still above 10%, which is pretty high. So right now, I know everybody's kind of receiving that $600 a week extra, which is an additional $2,400 a month. We don't know if that's going to continue. We've heard things, Democrats are still for the $600 a week. Some Republicans are urging people to go back to work with an incentive of $450 a week. So there could be an agreement on both. Maybe they continue to extend those unemployment benefits at, the continued $600, or maybe they reduce it to $450. I don't really know, but those are kind of the things that are being thrown out from both sides. So that's going to be as far as the second stimulus package. That's pretty much what we know right now. Now, facts on the economic recovery and job growth. So like I said before, Robert Kaplan, who's actually the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, stated this past Friday, July 10th, that the key to the U.S.'s economic recovery is a nationwide mask-wearing mandate. So he feels like essentially if everybody were to wear a mask, it would slow down the infection rate in the U.S. right now. And I can't say that I disagree with him. I could say that I definitely think that if it was mandated nationwide, not state by state or county by county, if this was something that was collectively being, forced throughout the entire country, I can say that the numbers probably would definitely decrease. He also says that a second round of stimulus is important, but he stated that, jumpstarting the U.S. economy is first and primary concern definitely is going to be the public health protocol. So again, that falls in line with the mandated mask, issuing. If they do issue something like that, then obviously what he's saying is obviously, a second stimulus, around a second stimulus would definitely help everybody, being able to, pay your bills and pay for the essential things. But if people aren't going out in public and they're not wearing their mask and people are still getting infected, then the second round of money doesn't really benefit anybody, because this is going to continue. Like, it's going to continue to go on and linger, just become a bigger issue. Goldman Sachs analysts estimated last month that a mask mandate could cut our daily growth rate of infections from 0.6 to about 1.6, it doesn't sound like it's a lot, but it's 1%. That could actually spare us from a 5% hit on our domestic products. So that could actually help the economy. 5% is a lot when you're talking about an entire economy. So, all right, guys, so we're gonna move on to the school system's plan to return. So I did see an article this morning that was issued out, a statement that was issued out by San Francisco Unified School District, and they're saying that the semester is set to start in the fall. However, they are completely for kids getting back into school, but they're talking about actually starting social distancing. What are they calling it? Distance learning. So actually the kids would not return to school right away. They would return gradually in phases, and more or less there would still be a bunch of homeschooling going on. Actually, not so much with the parents, but more so like with tutors, with online tutors and stuff like that. Dr. Vincent Matthews said on Wednesday, July 15th, according to Matthews, the district is currently working on improving its distance learning programs, using information from town halls, working with groups, surveys that are filled out by families and staff members. A more detailed plan on these efforts will be provided in the next Board of Education meeting, which will be happening towards the end of the month at July 28th. Ways that you can plan on using your second stimulus check. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I guess it's important. When we do receive our second stimulus package, I think it's important for people to figure out a way to make that money work for you instead of just using it to pay your bills. If you're in a position where you can actually afford to kind of like stay afloat and still pay your bills, and this money is essentially extra money, instead of just putting it in a savings account, I would say now would be a good time to start investing. Like I said, if you're actually able to do that, because the stock prices right now are lower than they have been in the recent months, this would be a great time to look at investing. While the market has recovered somewhat from the drop, from the all-time lows, a good place to start would be the S&P 500 index, which is basically the top 500 companies, the largest stocks in the market, and you could actually just put that money in there, even if you don't know anything about investing. I mean, pretty much everybody knows about the S&P 500, which is the top 500 companies in our country. And so, I mean, if you were to put $1,200 or $1,500 in there, I'm pretty sure that it would grow. It's not it's not a quick return. It's something, for the long term. It's basically you're playing the long game. You put $1,200 or $1,500 in there, you should be able to, I'd say in about 10 to 20 years, you should see that money at least double or triple by then. So, and then the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was going to be one effective way to supplement your income during this pandemic. So we kind of touched on it already. It sounds like school is going to be coming back in the fall, but it also sounds like there's going to be more of a demand for online tutoring. So I would say anybody that has some type of higher education, I'm sure you don't have to have a master's, but at least some type of like credential, maybe in a specific subject. Maybe you went to a trade school or something like that. I would say would be a great time for you to be able to supplement your income. Start online tutoring. There's a bunch of different ways that you can apply. There's a bunch of different jobs out there. Just to name a few I've seen are gonna be Chegg Tutors, there's BrainFuse, Tutor.com, TutorMe, and Schooly. So definitely wanna check those out. Like I said, if you guys are interested in supplementing your income right now, and if money is tight, if you are, fluent in another language, if you're good at arithmetic and math, if you're good at English, and you know how to write, you can teach K through 12 online tutoring. You don't have to be an expert, but it's a good way to get started, jump starting here and getting money back into your, anyways, it's a good way to, So if you guys are interested in online tutoring, I would definitely check out Chegg Tutors, Brainfuse, Tutor.com, TutorMe, or Schooly. It's definitely a good way for you to be able to actually earn. If right now you don't have a job or you're working part-time, this could be a way for you to supplement your income. So definitely want to check that out. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future videos. Drop a like, drop a comment. Tell me what you guys thought. Was this information helpful? Hopefully it was. And we will continue to give you guys updates on the stimulus. Like I said, we should be seeing some type of news within the next week. So I'll go ahead and shoot another video, and give you guys another update on that. But for now, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. It's your boy Seanjames. You already know. Yeah.